Hello guys, my name is Pavan and I welcome you all towards the part 2 video of second PUC Business Studies revised syllabus, distinction preparation guaranteed for your board exam, in which I assure you that you will be getting about 97 marks. So this is the part 2 video and I have a small request for the students. If in case you have not watched part 1 video, kindly watch it, and I've put the link in the description box, in which I've discussed in elaboration form of the question paper pattern plus important tricks as well as techniques which you're supposed to follow. In case you've not followed up to it, kindly go back to it, go to the part 1 video. After you finish, come back to this videos. As such, you'll be getting a little more clear picture about this entire series of videos. So guys, today we are going to discuss one of the important mains of your question paper, that is the section E, that is practical oriented question. As you all know, POQ is for 10 marks. So guys, it's very important for you to understand primarily that whenever question paper is set by the PU board, it's not just only for toppers, it's even for the students such as average, for them even to get above good marks, or it can be about 90, 95, 97. At that point of time, they set in the question paper even in the easiest format. And as students, it's very important for you guys to make sure that you get full marks in the easiest main. So guys, in POQ, you are supposed to answer any 2 out of 3 questions and analyze and study with a model question paper. So what does that mean is that once you complete studying your POQs, make sure that you go to the question papers and try answering it, so your confidence levels keep on increasing it. So guys, in your second PUC business studies, there is overall 9 POQs in which you can study out any 8. However, I suggest you to study out entire 9 because it's one of the easiest main and you can easily fetch marks, that is 10 marks. And most of the students make out a big mistake by not studying the POQs and they keep it for the last moment. But I suggest you, please do not keep it in the last moment. Study at the very first stage because you can easily fetch around 10 marks. So now let's move upon to the first question of the practical oriented question. So guys, it's very important for you to note down that this question is taken from the chapter 1 of Nature and Significance of Management of your business studies, and this question carries for around 5 marks. So now let's read out the question. Assuming that you are the manager of an organization, draw a neat diagram of different levels of management. So this question is mainly about different levels of management. As such, I've highlighted in green pen over there, to specify that the authority, responsibility, relationships create different levels of management. Or they can also ask in different way. This particular question is draw a neat diagram of levels of management. So guys, before studying this answer, I would like to give you a small journey about your own life which is applicable to this entire question. So guys, now if you look upon your college environment, there is in the lowest level the students, and above you there is class representative, that is your class leader, and above them we have, it can be the cabinet secretaries of your college, it can be the students council, and above them comes the teachers, and above them the coordinator or the HOD or the dean, whichever name you call it as, and above them comes the principal. Similar way, in an organization there is levels of management. There are different levels, like how we classified in our practical life as students, class representatives, and then student councils, teachers, HOD, principals. Similar way, in an organization there is always an hierarchy. So these hierarchy is known as levels of management. So this levels of management is basically consist of managerial positions in an organization. All the positions which you can see, right, that consist in this levels of management. And it's very important for you to understand that the levels of management increases when the size of business and the workforce also increases. Just assume that your name is Gokul. Now, if your company is basically expanding, and if just imagine the Gokul Company Limited is expanding, when the size as well as the workforce also increases, the levels of management also keeps on increasing, because it's very much important for building a powerful foundation as well as huge strength immunity for running for a long period of time. So as such, levels of management is very important in an organization. So now let's focus upon the 3 important levels of management, that is the top management, middle management, and the operational management. So now let's ask ourselves, what exactly is the top management? The top management is the backbone for any kind of company. And While we're studying upon the depth analysis of companies like Accenture, Wipro or any other companies, they still follow the same pattern as well as strategies for enhancing their business. And while you're studying these concepts, make sure that you're applying in your practical life, and as such you can enhance yourself in the entrepreneurship skills aspect also. So now in the top management, it mainly focuses on ultimating the source of authority. It is the main powerful source of authority. It manages goals and policies of an enterprises. It also plays a very important role in controlling and coordinating activities of an enterprise. So the powerful sector of controlling as well as coordinating takes place by the one of the most important segment sector, that is a top management. So now let's focus upon the people who are part of the top management, that is the board of directors, managing director, chairman, president, chief executive officer, general manager, chief financial officer, which is also known as CFO, and the vice president. So all these people play a very important role in the top management. They play a very significant factors in all the levels of an organization. They are the one of the top hierarchy of an organization. So now let's focus upon the middle management. So guys, the middle management is responsible for always the top management, and they play a very important role in the functioning of the department. They execute the plans of an organization. They interpret as well as explain the policies from top level management to the lower level management. So you have seen the example in your college also. In case if your principal is bringing any kind of new rule, it passes first to the teachers, and from the teachers it goes to the student council, and from student council goes to the CR, and then it reaches to you. See the flow of middle management playing over there. So the part of middle management members in an organization includes the production manager, purchase manager, sales manager. So all the segments plays a very important role in an organization. So the last level of management is the operational management. So operational management mainly consists of foremen as well as the inspectors, also the supervisors. So the main role of operational management is of assigning the job and task on various workers. So the main job is basically assigning them and asking them to do this particular work. They guide and instruct the workers. They are the main role of guiding the employees on different kind of activities. They are responsible mainly on the quantity as well as quality of the production. And they also help the grievance of the workers if there is any kind of dispute. These people plays a very important role for solving out the disputes, as well as they supervise and guide the subordinates. So all this plays a very important role for the smooth functioning of the business. So guys, these are the three important levels of management which we study now, that is top management, middle management and operational management. In the top management, the people consist of board of directors, managing director, chairman, president, CEO, CFO, general manager and vice president. And then we studied about the middle management, that includes production manager, purchase manager, sales manager. And then we studied about the operational management. The people include our foreman, inspector as well as the supervisors. So guys, now let's focus in our second question. As a manager, list out any 10 Fayol's principles of management which you would like to adopt in your business organization. So you are supposed to list out 10 Fayol's principle which you would like to adopt in your business organization. See, this question they can also ask in other way, that is, state any 10 Fayol's principles of management. So guys, it's very important to note down that this has been repeated for your model question paper which has been recently issued by your PU board. Plus, this is a 5 markers question, as you all know that. So now let's start understanding this entire concept about it. So who exactly is this Henry Fayol? Henry Fayol is the father of the modern management theory. And Fayol's theory is practiced by the managers to organize and regulate the internal activities of an organization. Yes guys, this Fayol's principle is mostly adopted to understand as well as to regulate the internal activities of an organization. So now, as a student, as a second PUC business study student, why should you know about this Fayol's principles? Because mainly is that when you're moving up into a stage of graduation or your masters, or after that when you work, it's very important for you to organize your internal structure of your company. Only then there will be a proper flow. It can be your relationship with the clients, it can be relationship with your employees, how you're supposed to distribute your powers, how you're supposed to distribute responsibility. Everything you'll be studying in this Fayol's principle. See guys, now let's take a small example of the Facebook. founder, Mark Zuckerberg, he founded Facebook in the age of 19 years, that too in the Oxford University. See, we can understand that such a person in his graduation level in the Oxford University, he just founded the Facebook. And you guys has been exposed to all these business concepts. This is providing you an immunity to start up a startup company, or else to build a best established version of yourself in the corporate sector. As such, please focus yourself and study in a practical way, and make sure that do not study this that for the reason that's for passing second PUC, but study it where exactly you can apply in your practical life, which exact point you can build a change. Then only becomes a huge purpose of your study. So now let's focus upon the 10 Fayol's principles of management. The first one is division of work. The next one is authority and responsibility. After that, it's discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, subordination of individual interest to general interest. The next one is remuneration to employees. After that, we have centralization and decentralization. After that, we have scalar chain, order, equity, stability of personnel, initiative, and the esprit de corps. For your board exam, you can write just any 10 of it. So now let's look upon to the explanation. The first one is division of work, and the main role of division of work is the segregating the work in the workforce amongst the workers will enhance the quality of the products. That is true, guys. In case you want to expand your business, or in case if you want to expand your profit margin of your business, you are supposed to have division of the work. You must have more employees, you must have more labors. Only then there can be a productivity in any kind of company. If you take out any companies like Accenture, Wipro, all these companies follow the same structure. There is proper, clear and crystal division of work. The second one is authority and responsibility. What is authority and responsibility? Authority is to work very much efficiently, do your task in excellent manner. It can mean specializing in the product and producing it, or it can be in doing effectively in any kind of aspect. And what is responsibility? Responsible for the work done under the guidance and leadership. The responsibility should be an important key role for bringing huge amount of growth in the firm. See, once you're responsible in your studies, only then you can get good marks. Similar way, when the employees are very much responsible in their work with the proper guidance, only then that can be a productivity of the firm. So guys, the next point is discipline. Nothing in this world cannot be achieved without discipline, and it is a core value of any project of management because it builds yourself in the professional career. So now as a student, it is very important for you to be in discipline in your studies. So once you're being disciplined within yourself, there can be a huge change of yourself into the direction of your goal being aligned towards your dream. So the next point is unity of command. So guys, what exactly is this unity of command? Unity of command, it basically says that every employee should have just one boss and follow his or her command. There shouldn't be multiple boss for one particular kind of employee. It's a very simple understanding. If you are a math student, or if you are any kind of student studying in science, math, commerce or whatever, for one particular math subject, if you have 6 to 7 teachers, will you be able to understand the same concepts if it is being taught by different teachers? You'll be basically bluffed with your energy flow of understanding. Similar way, because if you have one boss and if you're understanding particularly from him and following his own direction, there can be huge progress within yourself. That exact concept is mentioned over here. That is known as unity of command. So guys, now let's look upon the next point. What is unity of direction? All the persons working in a company should have one goal and motive, which will make them to work efficiently to achieve their goals. So similar way, if you have just one goal to ace this exam and get one decent good marks, if that is your one fixed goal, whatever distraction comes, if you just focus in there at that point of your life, your direction of reaching success is very simple. It's as simple as this. See guys, every point which you study in Henry Fayol, there's a deep sense of root understanding in your own practical life. See, if you relate to all these points and study, there is no need of by-hearting anything. You guys will automatically, all these points will reflect in your mind. So guys, the next point clearly says about the subordination of individual interest. That means that companies should work unitedly towards the interest of a company rather than personal interest. That means that you should always focus on the company's goals also in a higher priority rather than more upon the personal interest. Only when you focus on the organizational objectives, then only the profit of the company can be diverged. Only then the business can be expanding. So the subordination of an individual interest to general interest means that it should always mainly give higher priority towards a company's interest. So guys, the next point is remuneration, or known as remuneration to employees. So what is remuneration to employees? It basically speaks that motivating workers of a company by remuneration. It can be through monetary or non-monetary services. So you can basically motivate your employees through the simple means such as providing them with salary, or else through non-monetary services, like it can include security services, good working condition, and other hospitality services. The next point is centralization and decentralization. So what is centralization? In any company, the management or any authority responsible for the decision making process should always be neutral. It should always take decision based on neutral without supporting any higher party. So as such, only then there can be balance. So the judging authority should always be a neutral. Then only it can bring balance between the hierarchy and the decisions of the powers by all the management levels. So the decentralization is also known as delegation, which means that organization structure where the top management delegates decision-making responsibilities and daily operations to the middle and lower subordinates. In a simple meaning, top level management will delegate the work such as decision making process as well as daily operations to the middle as well as lower subordinates. As such, it will also make them to be responsible enough. As such, it can also play a very important role for the smooth functioning of the business. So guys, now let's look to the next point, that is scalar chain. So what is scalar chain? Scalar chain says that their hierarchy should be from the top to the lowest. See, it's very important for any company to have scalar chain because it can help the employees to know who is their immediate senior. See, when you are working in a company, you must know who is your immediate senior, who you're supposed to report. I can give you an example. When I was working as an intern for one of the firms, as an intern, I had to report to my regional manager. So one later date when I became regional manager, I had to report the city manager. So all the city managers should report the national regional manager head. So head association. So look at the hierarchy. So it will be very easy for us to communicate very effectively with a proper flow of understanding. So that's the main understanding of scalar chain. Scalar chain is nothing but the hierarchy, who you are exactly supposed to report. The next point is order. So every company should have a well-defined order to have a good favorable working culture. See, for a company to prosper in all the aspects, it is very important for it to be very much structured, functioning, smooth way. If it is not in a proper order, then there can be always a miscommunications as well as a wrong flow of the company. So Henry Fayol is telling that every company should have a proper order. They should have their own goals, they should have their own objectives, and as an employees or as a management level, they are supposed to working for attaining as well as for achieving for it. The next point is equity. See, all employees should be treated equally and respectfully. It is the responsibility of a manager that no employees face discrimination. Very simple concept of understanding that equity means everyone should be treated equally, irrespective of race, caste, sex. Everyone should be treated equally, and the top management should always consider everyone equally. Only then it can lead to the smooth functioning of the business. See, if any company should grow, it is very important to consider a huge light into the small factors. As such, it can play a very important role in the organization to expand into higher heights. The last third point is stability of personnel. So what is the meaning of stability of personnel? It says that Henry Fayol is specifically mentioning that every company should make sure that they minimize the employees turnover and they must focus more on personal planning projects. See, employees turnover happens when employees are unsatisfied with the work or with various other reasons. They leave out the firm and they join up to the other firm. It can be because of any kind of personal issues or it can be because of the working culture of an organization. So Henry Fayol says that how an employee is basically selected through all the process of planning in terms of conducting various interview process, conducting entrance exams, as well as various other process. When you recruit a person through huge amount of expenditure, you must make sure that that person retain in your company for a long period, or else it can be a loss for a company, because the important asset of a company is going out. It can be a huge loss out for the firm. The next point is initiative. So this is the last second point of the Fayol's principles of management. Initiative is nothing but management should always encourage employees to take out the initiative, so which can basically improve their hidden skills to come into a well efficient manner, and that can indirectly contribute to the firm as well as in their personal life in a very good manner. So initiative is very much important in an organization. The last point is esprit de corps. See guys, esprit de corps is a French word, and it basically means that team spirit. So always an organization should strive to make sure that there is proper team spirit, should always motivate the employees, it should always encourage the employees and make sure that there is proper unity as well as structural form of lovable environment. That means that in terms of teamwork, coordination, delegation, there should be a proper flow. Only then it can lead to a proper high amount of expanding the firm. It can also expand your profit. It can also expand all the arenas of your firm. Guys, that's all for today's class. Hope to see you in my part 3 video with the continuation of the POQ questions. Thank you for watching this video. If you do like this video, please do like it, share it, as well as subscribe it. And you guys can follow me on the Instagram. It's pavan.ss. And if you have any doubts till now on any of these concepts, please do put it in the comment box. As such, I will surely reply to it. Thank you guys. Have a good day.